Okay, so I guess we can start off with the first question of chapter 1, which is what is the vision slash mission of Magnesis? And I identified their stakeholders. So, like I said, I did do some research on Magnesis, but I couldn't find much. But I did find the mission statement, which was to be your friend in finance. As for the vision statement, I wasn't able to find anything on it, but I was able to kind of throw things together. So I found out that Magnesis was kind of like made so that card holders are able to take their normal plastic credit card and turn it into a status symbol. So it'd give them access to like exclusive parties, events, discounts at restaurants and clubs, all for like a small fee, annual fee. As for stakeholders, I was kind of not confused, but like I'm assuming obviously it's going to be the millennials, right? Because that was their target audience.
Basically, anybody who's involved with it, to be honest, or whoever
Yeah,
wants to purchase it, because it's
I
basically like you said, a status symbol. That's really all it is what they're trying to get here.
yeah.
I noticed that some, I think like musicians or something, like a few celebrities promoted it. So I would say they'd
Yeah,
also,
like Ja Rule.
yeah, they'd also
Yeah,
be,
he got really into it.
Oh, Ja Rule also promoted Magnesis. So they've been
That's how they met. That's how Billy and Ja Rule met. It was through Magnesis.
Okay, gotcha.
So, and then obviously like investors who invested into the
Yeah.
company.
Right.
It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. That's like Billy's thing, is creating like these exclusive societies.
Yeah, I think he was like fascinated with the whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really probably about it for that one.
okay. So question 2, what is the vision slash mission of Fire Media? I was just thinking like the overall vision of it. I didn't look up like a mission statement, but their vision, I guess it was just like Instagram, promoting it on Instagram. I know they did like the like models and stuff did like the orange squares. So they did that, and then they made that video where Pablo Escobar, his island, the one that they originally were gonna do. So basically their vision was just selling the actual festival, and then also selling the tickets, and then also trying to sell like upgrades of like the places that they're going to stay at. I said the stakeholders are like the marketing team, the people that are like actually creating the content, the followers, and the people who produce the video. Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Are you talking about the Fire Media or Fire Festival?
The media.
I thought all of that was for Fire Festival. Granted, when I watched the movie,
I feel like they kind of go
confused.
hand in hand because they're kind of attached, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would just say the difference is that Fire Media is the one actually promoting it. The festival is like, the festival itself.
Yeah, the actual festival.
Yeah, but wasn't Fire Media originally like an app? And then they wanted to promote the app using Fire Festival?
True.
I actually do believe you're right.
Yeah, because I feel like I mean, yeah, they go hand in hand together, but I feel like Fire Media was kind of like at first its own separate thing, and then from it they were like, you know what, let's promote this. Let's do the festival, because like the whole point of Fire Media, like the app, was like it was like a booking app, like almost like a booking agency to hire like influencers and celebrities.
Oh,
right. And so
yeah, side note, I noticed, what was it like, old model, I think, was it Justin Bieber's wife is on this?
Oh, yeah. Hailey Bieber. She was on it.
Okay, yeah. I was like, what?
But I think also a big vision of Fire Media was that it was this idea that these supermodels and models were going to be there, and it was like you're hanging out with them.
Yeah.
So it's
kind of. They didn't even go, right?
What'd you say?
They didn't even go.
They didn't even go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the whole catch. It was all a lie. Basically, the whole promoting thing was all a lie.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel like, but for Fire Media, I feel like, I guess the stakeholder, I mean, I guess it's all kind of like the same. It's just like whoever's involved with it.
Whoever's
Employees definitely, because they were very upset about that.
Mhm.
definitely the models who I guess attach themselves to it. Definitely stakeholders.
Definitely the image of it, yeah.
I
Mhm.
think some of them got sued, right? Like
Mhm.
Kendall Jenner.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
did.
think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for the next one we address basically both of these at the same time. But I guess the festival was basically like their mission was to create the biggest party ever and like have all the models and get people to basically just spend a lot of money. And all this like kind of similar to the dang credit card is like all just a status thing. Like if you can spend the money, he's basically trying to get people to invest in all the stuff he's making just to have a high status in the community or whatever.
Wait,
Yeah,
question.
it wasn't, oh, go ahead.
Did you see how in the end of the movie it like linked back to Magnesis where I don't know if it was the purpose of Fire Festival, but he needed to pay off stuff for Magnesis that he owed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that was like the real reason as to why he was like promoting Fire Festival and why he wanted to do it. It was to pay off the debt that he actually had for Magnesis.
Yeah.
And then didn't he start something else? I was kind of confused on what it was. But
At the end,
Mhm.
yeah, with like that other guy. Like
Yeah.
Freddie, was that his name?
it was basically like a scam. What was
Yeah,
it? So
scam.
he was doing
Yeah.
he was doing like the emails.
Yeah.
He was doing
Yeah,
the
like
emails and
fake.
basically getting people in phone call like scam
Yeah.
calls and scam emails and getting people to purchase. What was it like? Go
Like
eat,
tickets to concerts and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
yeah, tickets to concerts or like a night with like a famous person or
Yeah.
whatever, and then I guess he'd take their money basically.
Oh yeah, he was like promoting stuff for like Taylor Swift, who doesn't even do meet and greets.
Yeah, that doesn't even
Yeah.
exist. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, for the stakeholders for that one, for the Fire Festival question, pretty much it's going to be a lot. So like I wrote like investors, performers, influencers, the guests who wanted to come, and like all of their external partnerships that they did, like the media, like social media, like media marketing, grounds booking, the event producers, like all kinds of stuff like that. And then yeah, I was thinking is like, does Billy and Ja Rule count because like they are primary shareholders, so technically like they're
Mhm.
considered to be stakeholders.
And I guess you could say even the people they basically forced on each island, like
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like hear about forcing them to work, like literally even those people
and they still haven't
who
gotten paid.
weren't supposed to be
Yeah.
involved and got involved.
Yeah.
True. This portion that you added right here, Emily, I couldn't even gather that from the movie, but reading it, like it just kind of proves the scam more.
Yeah, so I found a vision statement for Fire Festival. So the shorthand version is, quote, the exploration of the uncharted inspired by and referencing the 5 elements of the earth. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? So I did more research. And apparently it's like what they said in depth, quote, throughout the next 5 years, we will traverse the globe to find untouched lands and convert them into unparalleled experiences. Fire will work to bring life to each region. Through the purchase of significant land, we will utilize each festival as a major cultural event to bring awareness, visitors, and livelihood to the land. Quote. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really sad when you think about it.
Yeah.
All right, and the last question.
Okay, I did have a question about this just to clarify. So when he means manage, does he mean like how he separates these people, like the way that he treats them and kind of keeps them in line? That's kind of how I interpreted it, but I don't know if that's correct.
That's how I interpret
How
it as
does he
well.
how does he pay them? And obviously, like how does he manage all the people that are paying to come to the festival and stuff, or like pay for his programs that he's offering? Really,
Yeah. I was
I
just
guess.
thinking like how he treats them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. He's definitely selfish, and he's basically,
yeah.
like you said, trying to pay off debt and just trying to just mooch off all these people and basically take their money. But yeah, so I'd say obviously he manages pretty poorly because also like he offered this festival in Ireland, lied to all the people. They come and they're staying in tents.
Well, because remember in the movie that one guy that was supposed to be the yoga instructor, he sent out that email talking about it. This is literally not possible. And then I don't know if it was Billy that responded, but he was like, well, they're going to be so excited to see you do yoga, but they were basically telling him like, stop because you're scaring. Do you remember, Emily, do you remember the name of the one lady who was like the key investor? I don't remember her name.
Oh, and she vouched for Billy. Like she was like, she's like been in like
she was like a major
long-term investor with Billy.
I know who you're talking about too.
So like I think he did a lot of like separating these different people and just limiting the amount of information that goes to each. So like I feel like her name is Jenny, but I could totally be wrong. I'll just call her Jenny for now. But I know he did not tell Jenny much of anything, and he kept the employees separate from her.
Yeah, she didn't. I don't think she really knew what was going on.
Yeah, like she only had direct contact with him, really. So
yeah, I agree.
He's good at separating people and keeping certain piles of information within certain groups.
That's a good.
And he hurts the image of all like the influencers and celebrities that were involved because basically he was using their name to promote his stuff, and then they obviously didn't know it was a lie either. This basically this whole festival was technically a lie, so he's basically hurting their image as well. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, it was the influencers that brought everyone in. I mean, it was that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the orange tile or whatever. If they didn't do that, I don't think they would have gained that much attention.
No. But that's a key part of it too, is he was appealing to millennials, and social media and influencers, that's such a big thing.
What was that thing? FOMO, fear of missing out.
Oh yeah.
They branded the Fire Festival that they're like, you know what, like this is like the party or festival of a lifetime, you know, and like people would literally spend their whole life savings just to get there just because fear of missing out.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, because there was like the 3 sections, capital, product, and organizational. I tried to like think of them separately, but then a lot of them, they're all just like the same. Like the bank, he like, you know, like I guess scammed them. The employees didn't pay them. Customers didn't get their money back. The suppliers, he didn't pay them. So even though they're like different sections, he still like did a lot of the same thing to a lot of them.
Yeah, wasn't it when you said bank, it reminded me, didn't he like forge documents and like forge like the financials of his company to make it seem like he was doing a lot well than like what he really was? And that's how he kind of scammed the investors into thinking like, oh man, yeah, I'm investing into something like really profitable and like I'm gonna gain something out of this. But in reality, it was like he was so bankrupt that
because he was reporting like millions in profits, and then what was the end total? Like 40,000. Like it was not much.
Oh yeah.
And he also was like that girl Jenny or whatever. They said like he had known her for a while, and then that other guy, the one that he asked him to go do.
Wasn't his name Frank? Was it Frank?
Or like Brian?
Yeah, it was such a basic name. I can't remember. But yeah, the like one of the guys, he was like the main like. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
The gay guy, like he said that he was gay. So then, yeah. So he was like taking advantage of like loyalty, basically.
And sexuality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, have we covered everything? Are we missing anything? I think that's all 4 questions.
yeah.
Yeah, that is.
So you think we're good? Okay. I'm going to stop recording.